Hi, I'm Scratch Mitchell, a third-generation fighter pilot, airshow pilot, and film pilot. Welcome to my new channel. I'm very excited to share my passion in aviation and my truly unique access that I have to the world of aviation. So I thought I'd kick things off this time with a little film flying Top Gun style. With all the buzz of Top Gun 2 going on, I thought it'd be fun to share something with you. A project I was recently involved with, including the Patriots Jet team and Blair Bunting, a photographer I know. We thought it'd be fun to go test the theory whether we could recreate that famous canopy to canopy shot where Goose takes that picture of the Mig upside down. So I'll play the video that resulted from that, but stick around. I'm going to explain how we actually accomplished this mission. So let's watch the video and have some fun.
We're about to do a project that started quite a while back, actually. I was with one of my assistants traveling to a shoot, and we were watching what every guy should watch on a plane, Top Gun. Part of the movie came up where Goose and Maverick go inverted over another plane, and Goose takes a picture actually with a Polaroid at the time, and it turned into this like scholarly debate between my assistant and I of would the picture have been good or bad, or what would it have looked like? We figured the best way to kind of find out was to actually do it. And so we got a jet team and somehow talked them into it.
Flaps coming up. That's 640 GT. Back just a little on the power. Gonna maneuver around back here a little bit as Scratch said, unless he wants me in one position. Patriots, slow down. Here we go. Got it. Oh man, turn around. Okay, now. Here comes a little. Rolling. We're gonna feel a little float here. Oh, about 4.3, 220. Take spacing for setup. Confirm. One's good. Two cleared to maneuver. Two's rolling in. They need them up. They need them up. Forward. Forward. A lot forward. A lot more forward. Got the shot. You got it? Yeah.
So how does a crazy idea like this come up anyways? Well, one of the great things I love about the airshow industry, at the end of the airshow weekend, we all sit around and BS about what we did over the airshow weekend, and we have a couple beer and we think about other ideas that we might like to try. And over a napkin and some drawings, we came up with this idea to potentially try this inverted canopy to canopy photo shot. Blair Bunting, the photographer, was visiting the Miramar Air Show that weekend, and we had met. and we were discussing a number of ideas that we had with the jet team. And I said, I really think we'd be able to try this, and I think you would be able to get the shot that Goose got of the MiG upside down. And so over the next couple of months, we did a lot of planning and we did a lot of coordinating to make sure that we had everything in place for the day we did this. Because the day was very busy. It was about a 12-hour day. We started very early in the day doing filming and planning everything out, mounting cameras properly, culminating with a briefing that went for about an hour and a half where we had all the key players involved. We had Banker, who flew against me in the show as the opposing solo, and he's an ex-Blue Angel pilot, highly qualified. And myself, as an snowbird leader, and a Patriots Jet pilot, we knew we could fly within close proximity to one another because we do in the show. And then we had Randy Howell, the team owner and lead pilot as well, doing the filming in the film airplane and the third airplane that you don't actually see in the video. So we had the right players. We had Blair, who was keen to do this, and he had been doing a bunch of working out to make sure that he was in good shape for this mission, because it's a beatdown. If you're not used to this kind of flying, it's fairly intense. The body is not designed to do these sort of G-forces, both positive and negative, hanging upside down in your straps. So then we launched off and went into the mission. And of course, we started off with some warm-up, and we wanted to give Blair a chance to acclimate to the airplane and get a sense of what the pressures are like. Even though he's flown in other airplanes, in that particular moment, in that particular jet, there's certain things you have to experience and just understand how they feel. To get this shot just perfectly, we wanted the perfect light to do this, and this was near the end of the day, and we only had about a 20-minute window before the sunset behind the mountains to the west. And so we wanted that really nice light because these shiny black jets, that inky black paint that's on them, just glistens in that golden light. And the background that we're flying over had a golden hue to it when the light was just like that. We thought it would look so nice with the black against the background of Northern California. And so that was important, but we only had 20 minutes. One of the inaccuracies in the Top Gun movie is that they show the canopies really close together. Well, if we take my little training models I use for fighter pilot training, or even in the film world, is we take our red guy here, the bad guy, the MiG in this case, and then our blue guy, which would be the photo airplane. In the movie, they showed Maverick and Goose flying just within a couple feet of the MiG. Well, if you look at the back of the airplanes, that's trouble. The tails would have been hitting, so we couldn't possibly fly that close. But also one of the challenges we had is that jet airplanes are not designed to be flown upside down for any length of time. In fact, you only have about 15 to 20 seconds before the fuel starves the engine, and that's trouble. So we had to work in little bursts where Banker would roll in upside down, establish himself level and steady, and then I would race in and click, click, click. We'd have just a few seconds, a couple notes to be able to move the airplanes around, try to sweeten the shot. And then he'd say, okay, call clear. I'd call clear away so he could roll right side up because I was missing him the whole time. Unlike the movie, we actually had Maverick flying upside down in formation off the MiG. That was slightly different. We would establish the photo airplane as steady and level, and then I would be right side up, where it's much easier to fly in formation, and I would be the one moving in and out, flying formation off them. And then the photographer communicating to Banker, saying, hey, can you move him a little more forward, a little more out, a little more in, just so he could get the framing of the shot just right. Given that we could only do these in 15 to 20 second windows with fuel starvation issues, and we had this setting sun, we were down to the wire, I could see the sun was starting to set, and I knew we only had about 5 or 6 minutes left of that really nice light. So it was go time, and I figured we only had about 2 good takes left with setup time. And sure enough, on this last take, just as we aligned ourselves pointing to the west, Banker rolled in upside down. He established himself level right away. I slid in right away. There was one quick note and click, and I heard he got the shot, call clear. I moved out of the way, and he said, we've got it. We can go home now. So it was an awesome feeling because it was a pretty big effort to do all of this, and I think we were all pretty happy to prove that at the end of the day, you can get the inverted canopy to canopy shot. Well, I hope you've enjoyed getting a little insight into my world as an airshow pilot and a film pilot. I've certainly enjoyed sharing it with you. Please subscribe or leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you next time.